Yesterday I was watching the news in the morning as I was getting dressed for work, and there was a news story about food, breaking food news. Sardines are making a comeback. Well, first of all, who knew they even left? But sardines are making a comeback. Now, let me give you my relationship to sardines. It's very important because I will say I am a trendsetter. That being said, I never ate sardines. I never thought about sardines. Now, my dad, years ago, back in the 70s, my dad would eat sardines on crackers as an appetizer. And all right, I didn't think anything of it. I wasn't attracted by the sardine, but I do remember this. I miss my dad, I have to tell you. He died at 59 years of age in 1976. No, not because he ate sardines, but because I stressed him out. I truly believe this man, God's gift to dads, most wonderful human being walking the face of the earth, he did not deserve a daughter like me. He really didn't. I was a tough bunny to raise. I mean, seriously, I quit kindergarten at age 5 to start my own production company, which I did. I, prepared for a career in music and then changed my major 6 times in college. I mean, this man went through a lot with me. We can do that at another lunchtime episode. But um, yeah, he died way too early, not because he ate sardine. Anyway, sardines. So the news story was yesterday, June 1st, 2026, but several months ago, I'm in Costco and I'm living under this fear that we're not going to be able to buy food soon. I mean, I was getting really crazy about the fear in the administration, the way our government has changed, all the horrible things that I believe are happening in our lives. And it goes right to food. God forbid restaurants aren't opened and I don't have money to go and eat in a restaurant. God forbid. But I'm smart enough to stock my freezers, both the home freezer and the office freezer, with food that I can eat if the grid goes down. Now, what if the grid goes down and there's no electricity? Well, I did buy this, I don't know, this independent power source thing that runs on solar, and you can then use it as your energy source. I did do that a few months ago. Anyway, I'm in Costco, like in February, and I'm thinking, well, what can I buy that will last on the shelves a long time? I love animal protein, but only certain animals, like fish. I like fish protein. I have a hard time eating other animals. I kind of do once in a while, but I pretty much stick with fish and then fowl. Although I have nothing against fowl, there's no implicit bias against fowl, but it just seems to be what I can justify other than fish. Okay, so I'm walking down every aisle in Costco, and lo and behold, I see sardines. Now, I have never in my life bought sardines, ever. I have tasted them, and this is when I was a kid. I'm Italian. We grow up with all these different kinds of fish. But I've never purchased them for myself other than tuna fish. So I'm in the section of canned meats and I buy this 10 pack of sardines in virgin olive oil. Now they are fresh caught, not farm raised. Extremely important point that my two friends, Stacy and Deborah, taught me. You don't want to eat farm raised because the fish is chewier. You want fresh caught. And I learned this from listening to them ask waitresses a million questions as we're going out to eat, to the point where I took a waitress aside one day. I was with Deborah. I said, look, you can come back and talk to her later. She will lose track of time. She's invested in this menu. We've all looked at the menu. We're ready to go. Come and take our order, and then you can take hers later. And that's what happened. But anyway, the lesson was that Deborah and Stacy taught me you always want fresh caught. And I proved it to myself. I went to Johnny's Pastrami about a year or two ago, and I ordered the shrimp, and it was chewy, fried shrimp. And so I asked the waitress, is this farm raised or fresh caught? And she said farm raised. And I'm like, okay. Stacy and Deborah were right. I have to listen. I have to listen. I have to pay attention. So I'm in Costco and I buy two of the 10 packs of the sardines in virgin olive oil and then two 10 packs of tuna. And they're on my shelf. And then what happens in March, the next month, is my lymphatic and circulatory systems blew up. And the from my knee down to my foot, my legs blew up, my feet blew up, the top of my left foot started hurting. And of course, I went on Google, the medical source of all time. Oh, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. I'm just an eater. I share eating stories with people. So my lymphatic system blows up. Well, I didn't know that immediately. I knew that my legs and feet blew up. So I go online. What does this mean? It's edema. Why do you have edema? One of the reasons could be your lymphatic system isn't draining fluid from your body. Why is that? Oh, so there's this plaque buildup, little things in your lymphatic system that won't allow the free flow of fluid from your body, and possibly the kidneys are involved for the elimination of fluid from the body. So I said, well, what do I do? I mean, of course, I'll go to the doctors, but what do I do in the meantime, like right now? And all of a sudden, this video pops up that I believe I shared in another Out to Lunch episode. And the video says there are 5 foods you can eat that help the lymphatic system perk up, clean out the plaque, allow fluid to move. And those 5 foods are pineapple, lemon zest, dandelion greens, kelp. I eat this every day, a piece of kelp. You think I like it? I don't. And then cleavers. Now, cleavers is an ancient herb. And I even went in Sprouts, which is the grocery store that has everything, and they didn't. But what they have is Cleaver liquid that I get on Amazon and Cleaver tea bags. And I'm ready to eat or drink Cleaver tea that I made already this morning. So I ate all that. And the next day, all the swelling went down, never to return as long as I eat these foods. The circulatory system. So, yes, every organ in your body is represented in your foot. So I went online and looked at a reflexology chart when I had pain on the top of my left foot, and I looked to see what areas it corresponded to, and it was circulatory and heart. Well, I know I have high blood pressure. So circulatory system, I got freaked out, and I even started seeing some black and blue puffiness at the where my leg and my foot met. I mean, this is ridiculous. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I have a blood clot. I'm going to die from a blood clot. Quick, what can I do? Google what's going on. Any prevention I can do before I go back to the cardiologist. Yes, you can eat these 5 foods, which were different. They started with boiled cooked red beets, and the second item was fatty fish, to include sardines. So I'm like, oh my God, I have sardines. So I started putting one sardine. They're so cute. I can't even tell you. I put one sardine in the dandelion salad with one beet, and I do lemon zest on top of it. You grate the rind of the lemon. I'm telling you, man, I've been great ever since. True confession, I did buy compression stockings. So humiliated. But let me just tell you, once I got over the pride, I can't tell you how good I feel. I feel bouncy, energetic, happy. And then I started revealing this secret to people, like the lady at CVS behind the counter where I'm buying more compression stockings. She's like, "Oh my God, we all wear them. We all wear them. Yeah, we're standing up all day. We need circulation help. These are young people." I'm like, "Okay, now I'm not embarrassed." And then one of the other tenants where I rent, this is a big house, a big property, several people rent there. And I hit this one woman's car, Brandy. I got to know her better. She couldn't have been more gracious. She said, "Judy's just a car." And I said, "I'll fix it. No problem, Jude. Take your time. And by the way, you don't even have to rent a car for me to drive. In the meantime, I'm on sick leave. So, yeah, you're good to go. You're going to save some money." I love this woman. She's in her late 30s, gorgeous, drop dead, is a triathlon athlete, works in the emergency room of a hospital. Everybody wears compression stockings. And this girl is young and gorgeous. So all of a sudden, I got over my implicit bias against compression stockings and sardines. And yeah, I wear them. I'm great. And I pay attention to the diet now, eating these foods. But when I heard that sardines had made a comeback yesterday, I'm like, I am so ahead of the trend. I'm very proud of myself. And then so I was reading, so, why are they healthy for you? And, the omega acids, vitamin D, as long as they're not packed in brine. I have no idea what brine is, but it doesn't matter because these are packed in olive oil. And that's what it said. The articles, I went on Google, of course, and the article said as long as they're packed in olive oil, you are good to go. But you can't eat them every day. Why can't you eat them every day? Because they can be salty. Well, then I just won't add salt, I won't add salt. I'll be conscious of that. Anyway, I love the food trends. We had the National Hamburger Day the other day. Of course, I went out and got a hamburger and then still ate the dandelion salad. So, bringing it all to you, eating it all for you. I hope this was helpful, keeping ahead of the trends, knowing that you can buy sardines in case the food grid goes down or the electricity grid goes down. They're already cooked. You're good to go. Open the can, eat a couple. There's like four in there. You don't even need to eat them all at once. But this is a food along with tuna that you can eat. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm remiss. Do not confuse the sardine with the anchovy. First of all, both fish would feel highly insulted. They are two different species of fish. I read this yesterday. I didn't know. Well, I knew the anchovy was not the same as the sardine, but I didn't know they were two different species. And I didn't know they were upset when people confused them. So the anchovies are much saltier. They are canned. They're tinned fish. By the way, this is another trend, and this started a couple years ago. Tinned fish, Tinned. Tinned fish has been the rage. What do I know? I should know. Tinned fish. So sardines are on the top of the tinned fish list, as are anchovies, apparently. So anchovies are what you find on Caesar salads, and you can cook with them. Sardines you order separately. They're their own standalone dish. So you wouldn't order anchovies separately. They are not their own standalone dish, but the sardines are. And you can do a salad with sardines, like with anchovies, but you can also eat sardines just by themselves. They are not as salty as anchovies, and so they're perfect to eat on their own. All right. I hope this was helpful, keeping you into the trends and then showing you how you can prepare in case there's no food available for a while. You can have your own food source ready and willing to be eaten by you. Out to lunch with Judy every day.